is to revisit the place that my father arrived in 1939 and lived here for 6 years, and all his childhood and then his life as a man and as an adult was shaped by the British culture, by the British solidarity and the people that he loved for all his life. Is that true?
Yes.
So, Peter was a little reserved. He told us about his childhood in England in the first school. And he told us that he was raised in a boundary school, and he had a very good time, the best time of his life, and he repeated this very occasions. So, but he silenced, for example, I said that he was rescued by the Kindertransport. He silenced that he was a refugee, and he sided also with my grandfather, my grandparents, the fate that lived the rest of the family that remains in Austria. So I have thought something in my childhood about the war, about the Nazis, about the camps, and about the deportations, but not in details. Then very later, after my grandfather and my father Peter passed away, I began a research, and so this is the result of this research of a family. This is memories, something like that emerged with the research, dates, places, names, but it's mostly in a place of the memory, of my memory. And this is why I found, well, I call it hope and resilience. You know? This is what I think that my father was. You know? And of course this is in memory of George Chadwick that I, well, my father was born in 1931, the last of our family. He had 2 sisters, bigger than him, and, well, I don't know, not many details about his first childhood. I have not many pictures of him. I think I tried to research who is this woman, this lady with him. I know that she's his paternal grandmother. Well, Leo was fighting in the First World War, and after war, I think he was 18 years old. He was born in 1899. So he created a family, started a family, and then a business in Vienna. Well, there's the place where was the shop, orthopedic shop. This is also typically of the army. He joined the army in 1917 to 1918. Here, the sisters of Peter with the so there's something in detail, a very important detail. My grandfather, Leo Waldo, or Belva, is his original name. Married a lady, was Edith Kibauer, and she was Catholic. She was born in Moravia, Silesia, then, and they arranged that our children will be Lutherans. So, but none of them follow that path. Some pictures in Vienna. Before they left Vienna. My grandfather was a very visionary man, and he sold his business and traveled to Prague in 1935. I think that he's seeing what are going to happen in forward. The family in the right side is my grandmother family, who is the Santo, and in the left side, my grandfather family. The man with a tie and a white shirt is his brother, Robert Baldo, and the lady is his wife, is Jenny Pollock, is his name. So I had research in my research on Vienna to see the track of the family. So this house lived my great-grandmother, and this is the house where they were deported in the transport to Riga, and there they were all murdered. This is what I found in Vienna, of building and graves. No? But in the last generation, the one that was reported, there's nothing more. Okay. Well, Leo, my grandfather, left Vienna to Ostrava in Czechoslovakia. This is our certificate in 1935. Okay, this is a picture. What is happening there in the last month of 1938? Well, we all knew what is happening in Europe. Anschluss in Vienna, March. Kristallnacht in November, and the occupation of Moravian Silesia in October 1938. And this is the place in Czechoslovakia, where the family is living. They moved to Prague in the late days of 1938, and in January 39, Trevor Chadwick traveled with the commitment of find two boys or two kids that I'm going to rescue by the Kindertransport. Well, I have some books there at home. You can see what is happening. I found this information, some books, some interview with George Chadwick that was published in a book that is called We Came as Children. And he said, what I was teaching at my family school when we heard of children in distress in Central Europe. And we decided to adopt two, following Home Office rules requiring full guarantees of care personal. So this is what happened. But I don't know what do Leo, my grandfather, how he connected with Trevor Chadwick. My aunt, who is older than my father, I think that in that moment he had to be in 12 years old, something like that. And he remembered, he said, a man called my father Leo, and think that he was Nicholas Winter. And he said, because he's organizing the rescue, and he said, here are two teachers, two British teachers, and your child is chosen. Your child are going to England. This is something that I never forget. So I afterwards, with information about reading some books, I found that the story that my aunt tells us is maybe true. Well, the two children was my father and Gerald Fire. And Peter remember that moment all his life. And this moment was also part of my own childhood. No? And this is exactly the words of my father with an interview in the 90s. No? He said, my father heard about it, about the teachers that went to pray to choose two boys. They put me on a plane to England where I stayed through the war. Okay. Well, I love this picture. This picture is in the forest school in Svanich. And well, the first time I saw this picture was during the COVID, during the curfew. And I sent it to one of my sisters. Tamara is the name of one of my sisters. Tamara, look at this picture. And they say, whoa, Paul, but the father, the dad, is in the center of the picture. And really, this is a boy. And Billy, the other boy, is the one in the dark dress. I love this picture because everybody is so happy. And I think that this also resembles the personality of Joe Chadwick. He's a very special man, and the relation with the children is really, really incredible. Well, this screenshots is about a documentary, Into the Arms of Strangers. When I watch it, in some part of the movie, I think I am recognizing a face. And then I look forward and back, and then I found a picture of Peter and Willie, with this lady. I don't know who is this lady. I think that she's going to, maybe
Was she the matron?
Wife of George
I think
Chadwick.
yes, it was a matron.
She was the matron of the school.
Okay, yes. Well, somebody asked me about the visas, that in Chile there are no visas. Well, it's not really that way. In Chile, I have closer borders, like many